But what happens if somebody's using it on you? As preppers, we try to prepare for many things as possible, especially with things like civil unrest, riots, and things of that nature. What happens when you fall victim to people with tear gas, pepper spray, pepper pellets? What protection do you have? Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So today we've got a review video but also testing video, so please don't click off yet. As you guys remember, we recently did the max projectiles from Byrna, the OC and tear gas propellant. Should be a nice little video clip there. And to actually test things out before we fully recommend a lot of stuff, I'm going to show you what we do here at the house to actually test things out, because we train with our equipment. So we are going to be using the pellet again, the OC and tear gas pellet from Byrna again. But I reached out to our affiliates there at Mirror Safety. Mirror Safety creates CBRN, gas masks, filters. They have a whole lineup of things. Now, we have worked with them in the past. This one here, this is the CM6M, if I remember correctly. That is the full-faced one. I asked for some new products from them. So what they've done, they sent me the CM7M, also a new filter and everything. Let's get everything over here. A new CBRN filter. Comes with, it's vacuum sealed and everything. One of the things that most people don't realize is that gas mask filters only last about 5 years. Yeah. They got a claim of 20 years as long as you keep it sealed up. It is vacuum sealed. It's got the caps and everything. 20 years on your filters. Price of gas mask filters are not cheap, especially quality ones. I believe theirs is about $80. You want to have protection, but to extend it up to 20 years, yeah. So we are going to be reviewing the CM7M today, and we're going to talk about the mask right fast, but we are also going to be putting it through a test, and it's stuck in the bag. There we go. We're going to be putting it through a test under chemical training. So again, it's got a headgear, real nice headgear, just like the CM6, which is great because you want it to actually sit down on you very nicely. A nice seal. I am sweating out here. I'm in Florida and we're back out here in the outside studio and it is hot. Yeah, so I even have their suit and everything because this chemical training isn't no joke. When I used the Byrna Max pellets last time, any exposed skin was on fire. So we're suiting up entirely. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when you're having to suit up entirely, it gets hot. So let me move this stuff out of the way. The kit came with a canteen. Now the canteen itself has its own rubberized cap, and it's got a spout here that you hook up to a hose on your masks, so you can actually drink while you're still sealed up. This hose right here connects to your canteen, and again, it just wraps right up, locks in place. That is the same as the CM6. It's got the same type of water filtration, water spout delivery system. And on the inside, you have a bite valve. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right here where my finger's at. So you can drink. Each one of these systems has a speech diaphragm, so you can actually communicate a lot easier than most of the gas masks. We've done gas mask reviews in the past. One of our very first gas masks, of course, was the GP5 clone. That one right there? Yeah, I still keep it around. There is no speech diaphragm in this thing. It's in an emergency, yeah, whatever. This is very subpar compared to the Mirror Safety products. By far. Their products are a lot better. But at the time, this is the only thing I could actually afford to get hold of, and it was something I could at least get some form of protection. And then later we started working on getting better equipment. So the big difference between the CM7 and CM6, you can clearly see the lens. You have the two bird eyes on the 7, and on the 6 you got the full field of view. It's got a panoramic lens. You can see those peripheral vision spots a lot easier. But the big concern I see with people is when they use this, they say they have a problem using a scope of a rifle. I haven't had no issues, but Mirror came out with this. So makes it much easier to use the scope of a rifle. You have a depression here on the sides, an incline for the cheeks, so you can actually get your side of your face against a butt of a rifle much easier. Now, with this, guys, you have two air filtration ports here. It screws right in. The other one's side's got a cap. You can just undo the cap, and you can put your other filter on. The more filters on, the better air quality as far as airflow filtration. Makes it easier to breathe. The more filters on, but you can operate this with just one filter just fine. When it comes to your filters, guys, I keep seeing the comments, well, how long will it last in, you know, this type of scenario, that type of scenario? I don't know. Nobody does until your filter is being used. The filter filters out the air around you. Depends on how contaminated it is how long it's going to last. You'll know when these things are no longer working because you have labored breathing and you can't breathe because it's completely stopped up. So when it comes to this, just depends on what you're facing. If there's a lot of ash in the air, hey, that's going to clog up these filters quick. If there's a lot of chemicals, hey, it's going to clog up these filters quick. And again, these are the Mira. This is the CBRN filter. It's 20 years is the shelf life on these, as long as you keep them sealed up. Now, what we're going to do, guys, I got thunder popping off. We're going to go into the other room. And what we got here, we got our burner. Yeah, good times. With the burner, I'm going to take out the magazines for the kinetic rounds, and we are going to be using, and we got the max projectile OC tear gas rounds. We just recently did a video where I was exposed to this, took several rounds, and showed you the effects. This is some hard stuff. But what happens if somebody's using it on you? As preppers, we try to prepare for many things as possible, especially with things like civil unrest, riots, and things of that nature. What happens when you fall victim to people with tear gas, pepper spray, pepper pellets? What protection do you have? Well, today we're going to be going over that. All right, so like I said, exposed skin. This stuff burns like crazy, so let's go ahead and get everything set up. All right, so checking the space diaphragm. Sounds like it works very well. Make sure everything is nice and tight and sealed. Another reason why I try to stay shaved. Now, let's go ahead and get sealed up. And we got the burner. We're in the fire position. So, as you can see, the chemicals are out. Enclosed space is all over my camera. I've had no issues. So, we're just hanging out now. What I'm not going to do is take my mask off. There's just no way. I still see the stuff floating around in here. So, what I need to do is decontaminate all this. Luckily for me, just using a water hose with this chemical, this agent from the Burner Max, I can just rinse it all off. So, be right back. So, we're out here. I had went back in there to get the camera equipment and everything after I rinsed off all the suits and everything. That stuff is still active in there. My face is already burning from the particles that are still floating inside that room. I still got the stuff all over my camera there. So we're going to just shoot the rest of this out here. All right, so the CM7M, this guy's freaking awesome. Like I said, it's got the bird eye views. It's different than the CM6M with the parabolic lens. This was designed so it's easier for people to use a rifle. That's why the cheeks are in a little bit so you can actually snug up close to the butt of a rifle, or if you're trying to sight in a scope, makes it much easier. And again, you can put 2 of the filters, the CBRN filters. Now, these are 40mm threads, which is pretty much universal in gas masks because that's pretty much what all countries stock up on anyway. Again, guys, once you pop the seal on these, you don't have long to be using these. I'm gonna bug up my face. You don't have long to be using on these, so you want to keep these things sealed up unless you need them. It gives them up to 20-year shelf life. This thing here I've been using for testing and things like that many times on the videos, so I can already tell there's some airflow restriction because, you know, it's exposed. So that's all right. I'm gonna get some more anyway, but for the video I try to show you guys what these things do. I'm still catching that OC tear gas stuff from in there. Whew. All right, guys, if you're interested in this stuff, our links are in the description. There should have been a promo code up there for you guys if you are interested on the discount code for mirror safety. Guys, we've been with Mirror for about 2 years now. Good, high quality products. This is something I do recommend preppers putting in their kit, is having chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear kits, CBRNs. Even if you're not preparing for a nuclear war, even tear gas and pepper spray, pepper pellets, OC, yeah, that stuff will mess you up. Do you have a way out? Do you have protection? All right, guys, speak to y'all later.